Good evening. Now, oh god, why would I explode? Why would I explode? Hello chicken, hello hugs, hello so cute, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I have lost my sense of time again, but it's fine, because the important part is that I didn't forget to stream. You're the one who I haven't exploded. I haven't exploded. Show me where I exploded. I have not exploded. And that's the time it is over there. In my brain, I think it is. I mean, it's 2 AM, so it's not. I don't actually. This is kind of a. I don't know where the line between night and morning is, because some people refer to like 4 AM as the morning, and I'm like, no, that doesn't seem right. But whatever. In my brain, it's evening right now, because I didn't wake up until 8 PM. Tuesdays are a little bit messed up for me always for my sleep, but whatever, it's fine. Prime waking up time. I think the only times I've woken up at 4 AM is when I have to travel. Either whether I'm like, I don't know, catching a plane, or just like I need to be on the opposite side of the country for like 7 AM. I have terrible news, they've ruined bottles. Wait, what have they done to bottles? Glass bottles? Plastic bottles? Do you have the curtains closed all the time? I don't have curtains. I have a Velux window, which is to say I have, it's in the roof, and because it freaking blinds me, I have a blackout sheet thing over it. Plastic? What have they done? What have they done to the plastic bottles? Have America followed in Europe's footsteps and made it so you can't take the lids off anymore? Because, I mean, that pisses me off, but... You had to twist them off and you'd hear the rippy sound. I know the one you mean. Now they kind of flip up instead. Huh. Do you see the sun at all? I mean, not in winter. not in winter, I don't. Not really. I normally, during winter, I tend to miss all the sun hours anyway, even if I did go outside. I saw the sun last week. Yeah. Yeah, I went outside last week. I saw the sun last week. Specifically, the sun saw me. I was in the car and it was right in my eyes. By God, I saw the sun. Not much else. Road? Who needs to see the road? You probably should be taking like extra I'm pretty sure the vitamins I take do have vitamin D in, to be fair. I'm pretty certain. So, yeah, I mean I probably still have a vitamin D deficiency anyway, but... You know, these things are unavoidable. Most people have a vitamin D deficiency. That's life, baby. Anyway, hi, how we doing? I really locked in and did the pink section of the colour wheel. I've had barely any suggestions for the red part of the wheel. I'm so doomed for the next section. It's fine. It's fine. We ball. It's okay. I don't really. What does a vitamin D deficiency do? Like what is affected when you don't have vitamin D? So I just lived in a cave. My sense of time was warped up for 20 hours at a time, then sleep for like 14. Logical conclusion is that you are a cave dweller. I am willing to believe that my sense of time is like not based on like a 24-hour clock, but I don't know. Oh, chapel! Yeah, no, you're right. I should. Let me open up a notepad so I can remember to grab their reference to stick into my my pile. Chapel. There we go. Poor sleep, anxiety. What? I mean, everyone knows I haven't got any issues with those things. I see. I still need to do the test. I got a blood kit, a blood test kit, a while ago, but I haven't gotten around to actually like doing it. I only need to sit down and do that kit to find out what vitamins, whether I have any vitamins in my entire body, or whether they think I should be dead. At scientists, should I be alive? Hold on, I'm moving the Y of my ASMR mic. Sorry if you can hear it. Oh yeah. Sorry. It's just this book, the World of Warcraft Chronicles, is a lot bigger than all my other books. So I'm a little bit like concerned about hitting sorry, like that, hitting the mic with the pages as I turn them. I'm just gonna have to be really careful. I thought it would be to see if you have blood. My cat form has blood. Yes. I already know that I have blood in my cat form. I don't need a test to know whether that exists. Haven't I? Yeah, there was one time on, was it while I was building Gunpla that I accidentally stabbed myself in the thumb while I was building? I didn't show on stream, but like there was like a little bubbles of make sure you didn't misplace my blood. No, I know where my blood is. I know exactly where my blood is. Well, the majority of it probably. No, I have blood, don't worry. Why does my voice sound really airy right now? Meh, meh, meh. I know how to talk. I know how talking works. Anyway, I'm finally gonna be insane and read the World of Warcraft Chronicle. I haven't actually even read through it properly myself, like off stream, just because it's been on a shelf and then it got a bunch of boxes put in front of it so I couldn't see it. But since I've been playing WoW again now for... What is the WoW Chronicle? So... the canon lore of World of Warcraft, there have been a lot of like books and stuff made for World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft Chronicle was an attempt from 3 of the writers to kind of tie everything together, kind of try and get rid of any plot holes, try and make it all cohesive. So it is... there's a collection of stories through the entire history of Azeroth up until modern day, just to try and get all those concepts into a cohesive narrative. So it is supposedly the canon. When was this actually made? Because I already read some stuff that I'm like, is this true anymore? Okay, so yeah, this one was made in 2016, so that was that before Shadowlands? 2016, wow. Oh, Legions. Okay, they were just up to Legion at that point. Pretty recent enough for people to be mad about retcons. Yeah, so the thing that I wanted to check was, so 2016, so this was before Battle for Azeroth expansion, so that was before we got to see the Zandalari trolls and the Kultirans, Kultira humans islands in-game. Also before the Shadowlands got talked about in-game properly. And the Shadowlands does come up. I was flicking through and the Shadowlands did get mentioned. So it's kind of like, oh, you know, they hadn't fully figured out what they were doing with the Shadowlands when they wrote this. Or it is all canon, because if they change it, it caused backlash at this point. Maybe, but to be fair, I don't know the writers who were involved in all of the expansions. So Chris Metzen, who was involved in the writing of this book, and is kind of regarded as like the one who is good, the one who people like the writing of. He wasn't involved in some of the expansions that came between 2016 and 2023. So some of the stuff that's been done since might still be Chris Metzen. Does he voice Thrall? Now, do all the writers have allegations or just some? I don't know. I can't say that I've individually checked the histories of all the writers. So Chris Metzen has voiced Thrall, but there have been other people who have also been Thrall. Yeah, he has voiced him, but he has also been voiced by other people. Yo, he voices the Marine in StarCraft. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, he voiced Hosho Marine of Hololive. If you ever tumbleys and accidentally checking the background of every single person you consume media from. Sorry. I'll expect the Google document to be done by before I finish this stream today. With the recommendation for the red section. Hosho Marine? Speaking, yeah, Kanata. I saw it this morning before I went to bed, and I was like, I knew it was gonna happen at some point because of her health issues. It is a shame. It is another hit for Gen 4. But you know, I'm wishing her the best. I know that she has probably not come to this decision lightly. I'm just glad she was with Hololive for so long. She specifically said she wouldn't. Yeah, so because of her health issues, because of her hearing, I think she's just trying to make sure, because she isn't going to re-debut, she has to say that she's not going to do it as well, just so, you know how people, whenever someone graduates, suddenly everyone is like investigating every new account that crops up, like, oh my gosh, is this the reincarnation of X? So I think she's trying to save people that I hope we still get to hear about her from time to time. Yeah, most of them do reincarnate, that's true. Yeah, I don't think Tanata will though, purely because she has graduated for health reasons instead. I still don't know if what's their name? Owl? That's the blue one from Device. I don't know if she's like got a new account now, because she also left for health reasons, right? I don't know. I don't keep up with Hololive as much as I used to. I don't even keep up with the music as well as I used to. I've been slacking. Actually, I've really been slacking as a fan of VTubers. Obviously, we all we got our Twitch recaps today. Obviously, I do also get a viewer one as well as a streamer one. I got to see who I spend the most time watching, and I was like, man, I don't watch VTubers enough. However, shout out to the makers and crafting category, my top watched category. Let's freaking go. You need to get up to speed. How else will I get my news? Not from me. Why would you get your news from me? Why are you waiting for me to find out? Speaking of, I have to stop watching other VTubers. Held for review. That's crazy. No, no. It's because I haven't been streaming as much. It's nothing. You don't have to kill anyone. I just have to get my shit together and stream more. My #1 watched streamer on Twitch this year was, unsurprisingly, Numbers. I think second was Irradiated Rat. I want to double check. Was it Irradiated Rat? I think it was. Get your recap. So I'm ready to say goodbye. No, don't kill Mika. Streamer. No, just viewer. I want to see my viewer recap. Yeah, there we go. Most watched. 7192 channel. Then Irradiated Rat. And then Halbernack. And then Rye. I need to lurk more at least. I need to lurk more with people in people's streams. It's fine. Yeah, my top categories: miniatures, just chatting, art, special events, and then retro. I'm guessing the retro is because of when I like pop in on like Miri's streams, and a lot of people just like to stream like general retro category. But I just find it funny how there's like very specifically no games mentioned in my top categories. It's like, yeah, don't worry guys, it's not that I don't stream games, it's that I've literally never seen a game in my life apparently. Force Havoc to stream again? I can't do that to him. I can't do that to him. I don't know what Havoc is doing. Their subscription ran out, so I know they're not playing WoW anymore. However, I feel like I nearly tempted them dangerously by showing them what this month's trading post mounts are. So you can get a blue flying fox mount, not a flying fox like a flying fox, I mean a fox that flies, mount, and like a moose. And I showed them and they were like, damn it. But then they logged on a trial account and they could get them anyway, so it was fine. Back to, well, I did all my weekly stuff in World of Warcraft on my own this week. I discovered that the mythic key I had, the +2 mythic key, expires in 1.5 hours. I really thought it was going to last until the next reset, but apparently not. Maybe I shouldn't be surprised that it disappears on reset. That does make sense, but I feel stupid for not realizing. Need to try and see if I can stream me doing all my stuff. Realised why I wasn't having fun playing WoW. Was it the mod stuff, or was it something else? Because I saw you talking about that. Oh, so this book is... Because I was playing WoW, I should be consuming all the meta What? What? More ranting than talking? After getting back into WoW, I actually really resisted getting any mods for a long time. I used to have all of the mods that kind of used to be recommended for like raiders and stuff, deadly boss mods, all the timers, all the like move people into the middle of your screen so you can see them, recount everything. But after I came back, I resisted that for a long time. I have now put a DPS counter back on my mod list purely because I was getting anxious about the fact that I didn't know whether I was sucking or not. I actually spent time going over the WoW lore wiki even when I wasn't playing. A great time to get into WoW and use it. I do think WoW lore is interesting. I mean, or else I wouldn't be holding the literal book of World of Warcraft lore in my hands right now. Fun fact, the thumbnail for this stream, I don't know if you guys could actually really see, because I covered it up with a bunch of garbage. That's my face, I shouldn't say that. I have a map of ordered Azeroth in the background. That's what the thumbnail is. AKA Azeroth before it was split up into all of its different continents. Started playing Diablo 4 so I could support Blizzard for purity without having to subject myself to WoW. Man. No, understandable, fair enough. Like, don't get me wrong, I love WoW. I also hate WoW. I love WoW. Hate it so much. But yeah, I always have a hard time like telling people that they should play it, just because it's definitely one of the games of all time. It made me, one thing that I found really upsetting while the gang, the guys have been playing it, that is to say, Havoc, Autumn, Law, and Elos. I got really upset whenever they encountered any kind of glitches. Like, I felt so like personally responsible any single time that they were doing old content and they came across something that like was either crashing or not letting them complete a quest or anything like that. I was just there like, I must fix this. And obviously I can't do anything. I can help them when something hasn't been scaled correctly and they need someone to come kill it for them, but I can't do anything if walking into an instance makes them crash. I can't do anything if they hand in a quest item and it doesn't count for anything. Do you see why people love it? I just don't have to say, oh no, that's understandable. Game shows its age when looking in the modern day. Oh, it does. It does. It definitely shows its age, especially old expansions and stuff. I do still really like the visual style of World of Warcraft in general, though. Like, even if it's, the old stuff is like low poly and a bit gaudy sometimes, like I still really love the style of the game. Shout out to the Blizzard artists. But yeah, I don't know. I love WoW. I'll probably never fully be able to give up WoW. However, yeah, I have a hard time recommending it. The models and yeah, some aspects of the old lore especially didn't age too well. I was rereading some stuff about the trolls and some stuff about Alexstrasza before that have been retconned. Well, the Alexstrasza stuff has definitely been retconned since, and I just kind of sat there biting my knuckles like, yeah, some of this didn't age too good. Hoping the outside would grab gravity. Thinks she hates reading too much. To be fair, I'm surprised that's a deterrent, because a lot of people play World of Warcraft without reading a single bit of text. Which I will say pisses me off, but, you know, it's fine. I don't know what to do for this quest. Did you read the quest? No. We're gonna be reading the 2016 era woke lore. I don't know how much stuff they had retconned and stuff. Really glad she gave it a shot at all. No one else did. I'm pretty sure Tremotal tried playing it. Pretty sure I think Pluvium's been playing it. Yeah, no, Pluvium's definitely been playing it. He sent me a screenshot that made no sense. But I think he's been playing on the American servers, so I think a few people kind of got tempted. The new level area thing. Oh, like the new tutorial stuff. I haven't actually played the new tutorial stuff myself. I should actually make a new character and do that. And then he told me he hated it, would never play it again. And I asked him if I asked him he would send me a pipe bomb. Huh? I mean, that doesn't sound like Trematol. Can I say? Oh yeah, no, Sir Cute, you are absolutely right. It is bullshit. It's also bullshit having to pay a lot of money to transfer between Horde and Alliance. It's also really expensive to literally just change the race of your character. All those things cost an absolutely ridiculous amount of money. They did used to do, I don't know if they do it anymore, they used to do free character transfers where you, I think before they had the sharding, they would give you free character transfers from high population servers to low population servers. Like, they very specifically were like, oh god, please get off these high population servers, please stop playing on Storm scale. Last time I went to work was because you wanted to join countries. Oh yeah, I mean, if you're talking between US and EU servers, you can't even pay for that. It's a completely unrelated account. It's complete. There's no data transfer between US and EU at all. It's awful. I probably wouldn't have taken such long breaks from World of Warcraft if the US and the EU servers were merged, because then I would have been more likely to have people to play with. But just for a long time, everyone I always knew has been American. I already paid for the subscription on US servers. Honestly, they also make it really difficult. When I was trying to get Havoc and Lore and everyone to be playing on EU, and they all got a subscription on EU, literally the hoops that Blizzard make you jump through to pay for the correct server is kind of insane and kind of a pain in the ass. I think Lore literally like accidentally bought an American sub first and had to try and get it like refunded to then get an EU one instead. Blizzard. Company of all time. Company of all time. Negative. Anyway. Like I said, I love World of Warcraft. I hate World of Warcraft. I love Blizzard. I hate Blizzard. I hate Blizzard more than I love Blizzard, that's for certain. Why not play Overwatch instead? Because I don't like first-person shooters very much. And also, there's no story. It's just queue up, shoot people, die. Queue up, shoot people, die. Every MMO player's relationship with their MMO real. I don't know, I feel like... No, okay, RuneScape players do still have it too. Is that the Purity Valentine? Yes, I'm afraid so. Hello. Hello, Plurium. What about Titanfall? I've never played Titanfall. Is that Blizz? That's not Blizzard, is it? Or are we not talking about Blizzard anymore? I've never played Titanfall or Titanfall 2. I don't know much about it other than big mech. Big mech. I think I saw some gameplay of it once, but not much. Just never really. The only first-person shooters that I ever played was TF2. Back when I was 14 to 16 years old. I played Overwatch in the first year of its release. I'm not gonna deny that. I did play Overwatch. Have I played any other first-person shooters? The rhythm game one, BPM, bullets per minute. Bullets per minute. I don't think that really counts though. And you know that series, how highly variable walking is smiley face. I will never make fun of Wild for doing boomer jokes again. I haven't seen a single episode of Smiling Friends. It doesn't look like it appeals to me, so I just see the little pink guy all the time and I'm like, you're a fucked up little fella. Let me see you play the campaign for Titanfall. Is it still playable? Or was it Titanfall 2 that like people were protesting? Like hackers were protesting something to do with it and like broke the servers, or I don't know anything. I don't know anything. Time is alive and well. Ah, I see. Okay, fair enough. Sorry, I'm looking through there. Let's all play Paladins. You mean the game Paladins, or? Nobody played Titanfall 1. If someone mentions Titanfall, they are talking about 2. Paladins mention. We don't talk about the first? Oh, I didn't realize. Okay, I didn't realize it was one of those kind of situations. I see. I've heard of Paladins, but I've never played it. I don't know what type of game it is. And me searching Paladin is not going to come up with a game. It's going to come up with like D&D or something. Paladins game. Fantasy team-based shooter experience. Xbox exclusive with no oh, okay, I see. Discount Overwatch, also arguably better. Ruby skins and Amelia. Oh, the announcer voice. Right, that's where I heard about Paladins. Right, yeah, Amelia. It's 100% AliExpress Overwatch. I see. Don't make me play shooters, okay? I'm not built for shooters. I get anxious. I get scared because other people are relying on me, and I make terrible. I make terrible choices of which characters I want to play that always tend to suck in the meta. Anyway, just play DPS. People never rely on you in games like World of Warcraft. Arguably they don't. I do a lot of solo content, so I haven't been relied on in World of Warcraft since I was 15 years old. Name one non-meta character you've played. Well, the problem is I don't even know what the meta is. But I mostly used to play Reinhardt and D.Va in Overwatch. I don't really remember either of those being like the desired ones at the times that I played them. Also not a bad tank. Shouldn't be a tank. God's player blessing and protection on me to save me from the huge pole, and she doesn't even have it on the No, that's real actually. I barely use blessing of protection. I didn't have that on my hotbar for a really long time. Why are you expecting me to do blessing of protection? I feel like the healers should be handling that. It's not my job to protect you. I can do stuns, I can do interrupts, I can do a little bit of crowd control. I'm not doing blessing of protection. I'll divine shield myself, and that's it. Lamau. Anyway. Play the DPS spec with the most insane amount of utility and not even putting out. But the paladin telling you it's not the job to protect you. Average tank, it's not my job to protect you. I'm a DPS, I'm a DPS, I'm a DPS. I'm selfish, I protect myself. I protect myself only. To be fair, I was normally more relied upon for interrupts. We had a very good paladin healer who was very much able to handle all of the protection spells himself. They make deep. They've always made. I've always been a DPS paladin. We had paladins. Our main tank was a paladin. Our main healer was a paladin. Then I was a paladin. We had too many paladins in that fucking group. It's fine. Horde paladins represent blood elf ass raid group. Anyway, I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read the bit that's not actually the reading. Because this book starts off with a description of all the cosmic forces, of all the realms, and of all the various denizens of the cosmos before it actually gets into the actual mythos, just to like give some context, give some explanation as to what is going on in the universe. There's also this huge map, which actually I wanna show. That basically shows like the various alignments of and opposite forces of the universe in Azeroth, it's not Azeroth, in the world. It's a JPEG, what do you mean? What do you mean JPEG is... It's a freaking JPEG, give me a break. Don't know, it's secretly an alien sci-fi setting? Tough. Anyway, here is the map. I mean, ew, now. Hey, what's your problem with the Naru? They're cute, they make funny noises. Anyway, this is the map. This is the map of opposites. Light and shadow opposed, life and death, order and disorder, and then everything else kind of laying in between those. This is actually in the book. Imagine needs heat or light from an alien instead of just being intrinsically worthy. You'll hurt my feelings as a blood elf if you say that. My Sunwell. My Sunwell, Hugs. What about my poor Sunwell? Anyway. So I'm gonna read the introductory bits. As a human paladin, I judge you. At least my light is reliable. Even if it was kind of forcibly taken. I'll strike against blood elves. Tauren Chads worship the actual, real and based sun. Okay, listen. Okay, Taurens are good guys, okay? And there's protection too. I had handed protection on my hotbar. Listen, I'm not built for tanking. I'm not built for tanking. During the anniversary event, I've occasionally accidentally ended up tanking some of the bosses, the Tannerous World bosses, and when I say it gives me a heart attack every single time, Doomwalker smacks up like 16 million on me. And I'm not built for that. I'm not built for that. I've got a trigger finger on lay on hands like you wouldn't believe. I cannot watch my health go down. I'm scared. Anyway. I'm gonna read a little bit before actually like I'm gonna read the prelude, so to speak. So let's... is it this one? This one. There we go. Cast it. I don't do that. I don't do that. I do not cast it on myself at 90% health. That's stupid. Okay, shut up. Leave me alone. We are never making a raid group out of my chat, guys. We are never making a raid group out of my chat. I'd end up committing some kind of crime. Anyway. Whoa, hi Chamatal. Alright, so before I read the little introductory bits, don't know what the volume is like. If I need to adjust the volume anytime, let me know. You're free to head to sleep. I will not be reading at the end of the stream because I don't have the ability. So feel free to get some rest, get something to eat, get something to drink, etc. While I read the descriptions, I'm not gonna respond to chat until I reach the end. Pilots, what do you mean? What do you mean? Man, not even let me have my WoW lore. Unbelievable. Pilots up on WoW. Oh, you've been playing Peak together? Still never played Peak. I do own it. Someone randomly gifted it to me, but I've not opened it. Insane Mythic Plus Dungeon Group. Yeah, we could do it. We could do it. I believe in us. I believe in us. Maybe. Anyway, I'm gonna read just the introductory parts of these. This is just explaining who the forces of the universe are. Well, you kill a lot of gods in WoW, so that's not really... Anyway, I'm gonna start. Explain who's in the universe. Also, if I pronounce anything wrong, no I didn't, shut up. The cosmic forces. Light and shadow are the most fundamental forces in existence. Although contradictory by their very nature, they are bound together on a cosmic scale. One cannot exist without the other. Pure light and shadow dwell in a realm outside the borders of reality, but shades of their presence are found in the physical universe. Light manifests as holy magic, while shadow, also referred to as the void, appears as shadow magic. The forces of life and death hold sway over every living thing in the physical universe. The energies of life, known commonly as nature magic, promote growth and renewal in all things. Death, in the form of necromantic magic, acts as a counterbalance to life. It is an unavoidable force that breeds despair in mortal hearts and pushes everything towards a state of entropic decay and eventual oblivion. The forces of order and disorder govern the cosmic systems of the physical universe. Order is most commonly perceived in reality as arcane magic. This type of energy is innately volatile, and wielding it requires intense precision and concentration. Conversely, disorder is manifested as highly destructive fell magic. This brutal and extremely addictive energy is fueled by drawing life from living things. The elements of fire, air, earth, and water serve as the basic building blocks of all matter in the physical universe. Shamanic cultures have long sought to live in harmony with, or assert dominion over, the elements. To do so, they call upon the primordial forces of spirit and decay. Those who seek to bring balance on the elements rely on spirit, sometimes referred to as the fifth element by shaman or chi by monks. This life-giving force interconnects and binds all things in existence as one. Decay is the tool of a shaman seeking to subjugate and weaponize the elements themselves. The realms of existence. The great dark beyond represents the physical universe. It is an infinite living realm composed of innumerable stars, worlds, and mortal civilizations. Azeroth, the world of Warcraft, is merely one of the countless worlds drifting through the vast reaches of the great dark beyond. The Twisting Nether is an astral dimension that lies in parallel with the great dark beyond. The forces of light and void bleed together at the boundaries of the Twisting Nether, engulfing this realm in perpetual strife. At times, the volatile magics that pervade the Twisting Nether intrude upon the physical universe, warping reality beyond measure. The Emerald Dream is an ethereal realm of spirits and untamed nature that exists alongside the world of Azeroth. Incredible beings known as the Keepers forged the Emerald Dream to act as a map for the evolutionary path of Azeroth's flora and fauna. The two realms are bound as one. As life ebbs and flows across the physical world, the spiritual energies that saturate the Emerald Dream keep pace with it. Although tied to the physical world, the Emerald Dream is a place that most mortal minds would find alien and surreal. But some of those minds, by channeling druidic magic, can enter a state of dreaming and consciously navigate the Emerald Dream. Their thoughts can also shape and influence portions of this verdant spirit realm, but the imprint that these dreamers leave behind is never permanent. In the dreamways, time and distance are mutable. Spirits flow like living winds through lush tracts of constantly shifting primordial woodlands. What appears tangible one moment becomes intangible the next. Seemingly impermeable landmarks transform in the blink of an eye. The Shadowlands, like the Emerald Dream, are tangentially linked to the world of Azeroth. Yet, whereas the Emerald Dream represents life, the Shadowlands represent death. They are nightmarish realms of decay, labyrinthian spiritual planes teeming with the souls of the dead who have passed from the world of the living. The origins of the Shadowlands remain uncertain, but they have existed ever since mortal life first arose in the physical universe. Many believe that mortal souls are drawn into this dark place at the point of death, where they remain forever after. Still, others hope that their souls will go on to a brighter place, rather than languish for eternity within the cold confines of the Shadowlands. The denizens of the cosmos. The Void Lords are monstrous entities composed of pure shadow energy. These beings are cruel and merciless, beyond mortal comprehension. Driven by an insatiable hunger, the Void Lords seek to devour all matter and energy in the physical universe. In their natural state, the Void Lords can exist outside reality. Only the most powerful of these entities can manifest in the physical universe, and only for limited amounts of time. To maintain their presence in reality, the Void Lords must consume untold amounts of matter and energy. The Naru are benevolent creatures of living holy energy. They are perhaps the purest expression of the light that exists in the great dark beyond. The Naru have vowed to bring peace and hope to all mortal civilizations, and waylay the dark forces of the void that seek to engulf creation. The Titans are colossal godlike beings, composed of the primordial matter from which the universe was born. They roam the cosmos like walking worlds, imbued with the raw power of creation itself. The Titans use this incredible force to find and awaken others of their kind, others who still slumber within the far corners of the Great Dark. The Burning Legion is the single most destructive force within the Great Dark Beyond. The fallen Titan Sargeras created this vast demonic army to scour all creation. The Burning Legion moves world to world, decimating everything in its path with devastating fell magic. No one knows exactly how many worlds and mortal civilizations the demons have annihilated in their unholy burning crusade. The demons that fill the ranks of the Burning Legion are highly resilient. Their spirits are tethered to the twisting nether, making them extraordinarily difficult to destroy permanently. Even if a demon dies in the physical universe, its spirit will return to the twisting nether and manifest in corporeal form once again. To truly destroy a demon spirit, the creature must be killed in the twisting nether itself, in places where that volatile maelstrom bleeds into mortal worlds, or in areas inundated with the Burning Legion's energies. The old gods are physical manifestations of the void. They are nightmares incarnate, mountains of blighted flesh and writhing tentacles that grow like cancers within the worlds of the Great Dark. These malignant entities serve the Dark Void Lords, and they live only to transform the worlds they infest into places of despair and death. The wild gods are primal manifestations of life and nature. They are creatures of two realms. The wild gods inhabit the physical world of Azeroth, but their spirits are bound to the ethereal Emerald Dream. Many wild gods appear in the form of gargantuan animals, such as wolves, bears, tigers, or birds. The elemental spirits are primitive and chaotic beings of fire, earth, air, or water. They were some of the first sentient creatures to inhabit the nascent worlds of the waking universe. The elemental spirits appear in an almost infinite variety of shapes and sizes. Each of these creatures has a distinct personality and temperament, traits that are also heavily influenced by a spirit's elemental nature. The presence of a fifth element, spirit, also affects the disposition of these elemental beings. A world with an overabundance of spirit may give rise to native elementals who are passive and lack physicality. Conversely, a world with too little spirit may birth elementals who are highly aggressive and incredibly destructive. The undead are former mortals who have died and become trapped between life and death. These tragic beings derive power from the necromantic energies that pervade the universe. Most undead are driven by vengeance and hatred to destroy the one thing that they can never have again: life. See, I do appreciate them giving the kind of context to like who is in the world, because then when they actually go into the mythos, I have a feeling they're not really going to explain that deeply who people like the Titans are. Vengeance can be a pretty good time. I won't deny that. There are a lot of different types of energies. Tag yourself. I guess I should be light, but I feel like I'm closer to order. Actually, while I was playing World of Warcraft, I was like, man, what would I be if I was in World of Warcraft? Like, what species? Like, what kind of creature would I be? Stop order question marking me. I'm not fel. I'm not disorder. Let me make sure that I'm... Yeah, I think I would be Ultima, which is the mechanical race in Zereth Mortis in the Shadowlands. You literally sustain yourself up on life. I do not. That is not how that works. You make it sound like I'm draining your life force. No. Banned from being more. I don't think I'm even that much of a girl failure. Aren't they non-sentient robots? The Automa? They... No, they have personalities and language and... What do you mean? You literally... That's like saying... Surely they are. They are like some of them are humanoid and some of them are creatures. If I give you a vegetable, would you be able to cook it? It depends what vegetable, but yes. Still wouldn't want to eat it after I cooked it, but like... Probably. I've cooked on stream before. Eggplant. Yeah, you can fry them, right? Yeah, I'd slice it up and fry it. Well, has small humans as pets. It's a good parameter for sentience. Hmm. Yeah. So yeah, I would be. I think I would be the Automa. I think that's what I would be. Potato. Yeah. You stab it with a fork a bunch of times and then wrap it in foil and then stick it in the oven. You can make a baked potato. Automo? No, what? I don't know how to pronounce it. A-U-T-O-M-A. Automa? Automa. Automa. Turning. Hold on. Hold on about that. Hold no. Oh look. I'll hold on. Are you gonna be a file type I can actually put into Live 2D? I mean, yeah. They're these guys. They're these little. They're like mechanical beings. Are you, yeah, exactly. There's orbs. There's even the orbs. It's like literally me. Literally, this is literally me. Try and tell me this is not literally me. Do I have to play through Shadowlands content? If you want to see these, yeah. Yeah, you do have to play through Shadowlands to meet these, yes. I heard that expansion was really bad. So that's the expansion that Havoc actually played the most of while they were playing and really enjoyed. I also like Shadowlands quite a lot. But yes, a lot of people did quit during Shadowlands. Like, admittedly, a lot of people quit because of Shadowlands. So now show the thick one. I don't know which one you mean by the thick one. Which one do you mean? There's a lot of like big bulky ones, so I don't exactly know what you mean by the thick one. Hold on, this guy's thick. This guy's thick AF. There we go. Is this what you meant? Is this what you meant? This guy's thick. I was doing my Thanos well on my quest set and the objects I needed just didn't appear. I will say that's probably because a lot of Shadowlands stuff is phase locked. Like there's a lot of different phases that you get stuck in 9? He's not thick. This thing isn't thick. This is a stick. This is a twig, Pluvium. This is literally... What is wrong with you? I would have never guessed that this was the one you were referring to as thick. Come on now. He is wide, not thick. Thighs bigger than its torso? I see. I see. Anyway, yeah, so this is the race that I was like, huh, this is probably what purity purity / Tahale would be. Not well, maybe that one. I'm thinking more the orbs. Oh, the music got really dramatic on me all of a sudden. Oh, it's a boss fight, that's why. Instead of those as a race, we got food. I'm really mad. We haven't got the brokers as a playable race. I still really want, even in the next expansion, I was like, oh, because we've got Koresh, maybe we can get the brokers in the next expansion. No, we're getting the bat troll furry elf things. I want the Automa, I want the brokers, I want the ethereals, please, come on, please. They did, yes, Venari is one of my favourite characters, and I was actually like, huh, this voice sounds really familiar, and I googled it, it was like, yeah, it was Ana in Overwatch, I was like, oh shit. I mostly did it because I was like, what accent does Venari have? Who's the voice actor? And I was like, oh, Ana, Egyptian. Isn't there a moth race people want? A moth race? I mean, I can only think of Ardenweald when I think of moths, so... Fantasy DPS Moira, I'm just saying. Moira came out after I finished. After I stopped playing Overwatch. She was after my time. Not something cool like Sethrak or Broken Draenei or something. You can get like a toy that makes you look like one of the demonic Draenei. How does Blizzard still have its soggy clutches over so many people? I don't understand. I'm one of the people in its soggy clutches. I don't understand. I don't know. I literally just think they own my soul. They literally just own my soul. That's like, there's no other explanation. I don't know. Yeah, that is a full-on. Oh, really? Okay. You have to do a quest to unlock it, though. Oh wait, I think I did that quest actually. No, I think I did that quest. Nothing they do ever be bad enough, and everything else is somehow worse. Yeah, that's true. God, we live in a world. Go to Blizzard HQ and fight for your soul back. You want me to play Final Fantasy 14? You want me to play TF2 Hack Game? Are you out of your mind? I don't know. I don't know if Final Fantasy 14 has the same issues that WoW has. The Alliance was really missing the ability to play as a genocide commit to some awful evil red Jedi. Humans. Humans are literally right there. What do you mean? Have you played the latest expansion? Yeah, you have. You're level 80. Have you done the quests where you go to Stromgarde and they have the Red Dawn who want to kill everyone that isn't a human? Have you done those quests? Yeah, they're just like, yeah, let's genocide everything that isn't a human. It's like, oh wow, cool. I love it here in the Eastern Kingdoms. I love it here in the Eastern Kingdoms. This sucks. I think I'm a better AA company. Yeah, yeah. I don't count woke mod. Alright. I want to at least read one section of the actual mythos before... Wait, they really did just make... Having orcs be demon worshippers who introduce themselves with genocide, they were just bad at it, and everything else is... Yeah, well, also... Like, everything to do with the way that trolls have been introduced and treated in World of Warcraft is also kind of fucked up. Favorite dark woke streamer? I don't know if I count as dark woke. Anyway, I'm going to read the first section of the actual Chapter 1 mythos. I'm going to read the actual origins so I can say that I have made progress in this book, rather than just reading the intro. Yeah, I think that's true. I think I do think half the races in WoW want to genocide each other, including the races that used to be each other. Like, don't get between the beef between the High Elves and the Blood Elves. Even though the Blood Elves are literally just High Elves that got fucked up on fell magic. Don't worry about it though. So chill, so cool. I miss Owen. She's definitely going to be in the next expansion though. I think I finished all her quests for now. You know, I thought that was out of hand for a second, but he is called Trollbane, so you know what, okay. Had to make a Sammy and bust out the... No, don't worry, you're good, you're fine. This is definitely one that I'm going to want to try and cut down into one long video once I've finished reading. So, I'm going to read Chapter 1 Mythos. Let's go. My friend Puri Slayer? Hugs is already here. What do you mean? Sorry. I just can't help but think... I can't help but think about the freaking edit of the assassin gun pointed at me. Unbelievable. Okay, anyway. This isn't very long. This isn't going to take very long to just read the very first section of the origins, so... Chapter 1 Mythos Origins. Before life began, before even the cosmos took shape, there was light, and there was void. Unfettered by the confines of time and space, the light swelled across all existence in the form of a boundless prismatic sea. Great torrents of living energy flitted through its mirrored depths, their movements conjuring a symphony of joy and hope. The ocean of light was dynamic and ever-shifting, yet, as it expanded, some of its energies faded and dimmed, leaving behind pockets of cold nothingness. From the absence of light in these spaces, a new power coalesced and came to be. This power was the Void, a dark and vampiric force driven to devour all energy, to twist creation inward to feed upon itself. The Void quickly grew and spread its influence, moving against the flowing waves of light. The mounting tension between these two opposing yet inseparable energies eventually ignited a series of catastrophic explosions, rupturing the fabric of creation and birthing a new realm into existence. In that moment, the physical universe was born. The energies released by the clash of light and void raged across the nascent cosmos, raw matter merging and spinning into primordial worlds without number. For long epochs, this ever-expanding universe, the great dark beyond, broiled in a maelstrom of fire and magic. The most unstable energies coalesced into an astral dimension known as the Twisting Nether. Light and void collided and bled together at the edges of this realm, throwing it into turmoil. Although tangentially linked to the great dark beyond, the Twisting Nether existed outside of the borders of the physical universe. Even so, the Twisting Nether's volatile energies would occasionally tear through the veil of the great dark, flooding into reality and warping creation. The cataclysmic birth of the cosmos also flung shards of light throughout reality. These shards suffused the matter of myriad worlds with the spark of life, giving rise to creatures of wondrous and terrible diversity. The most common forms of life to appear were the elemental spirits, primordial beings of fire, water, earth, and air. These creatures were native to nearly every physical world. Many of them revelled in the turmoil that held sway over the early ages of creation. Occasionally, clouds of fractured light gathered and gave shape to beings of far greater power, of far greater potential. Among these were the Naru, benevolent creatures composed of scintillating holy energies. When they gazed out across the immeasurable universe, they saw a realm of limitless possibilities. The Naru vowed to use their mastery over holy magic to spread hope and nurture life wherever they could find it. Even more extraordinary than the Naru were the colossal titans. Their spirits, known as world souls, formed deep within the fiery core of a small number of worlds. For ages, these nascent titans slumbered, their energies suffusing the celestial bodies they inhabited. When the titans finally awoke, they did so as living worlds. Cosmic winds howled across their gigantic forms, bodies shrouded in a cloak of stardust, skin crisscrossed with silvery mountain peaks and oceans shimmering with latent magic. With eyes that shone like brilliant stars, they observed the fledgling cosmos and became enraptured by its mysteries. Whereas the Naru set out to safeguard life, the Titans embarked on a different journey. They wandered the distant corners of the Great Dark, searching for others of their kind. This grand, far-reaching voyage would one day alter the course of creation and shape the destiny of all living things. I gave this a brief read to see if there would be many words that I needed to look up how to pronounce beforehand, and I have realised while I was reading that there were more words that I should have looked up how to pronounce before I went into reading that. How the hell do you say nascent? Nascent? You did a great job on scintillating, thank you. Scintillate, yeah, I don't know. I had to think about it. I know you could tell I had to pause and like think about saying scintillating.
Nascent.
Oh, okay, nascent is right. Advanced huh? But thank you. Yeah, I am still alive. Don't worry. I'm gonna live forever. Your British robot is wrong? What do you mean my British robot is wrong?
Nascent.
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 Yeah, you guys are American. It's nascent in British. You know, that happened to me with the other word that I had to look up in here? The word epoch. The word epoch.
Epoch.
Is epoch in American.
Epic.
Which just sounds like the word epic. Not actually like epoch. So yeah, I'm doing it the British way. You mean, no, I don't mean epoch, I mean epoch. Looks like you're all sleeping from the bed. Oh, I see. Your cat has begun advanced guilt tripping. We sound right with nascent. I don't know, I kind of like nascent better. I feel like I was saying it closer to nascent when I was reading it just then as well. Anyway, have a good night, Pydots. What cat did you think I was talking about? Don't look now, but I am a cat. Oh, I'm a cat. Okay. You know, a lot of people just call me a cat without putting the question mark, you know? It's an understandable mistake to make. Anyway, did I actually get scintillating correct? Is it actually pronounced like that? Scintillating.
Scintillating.
Whoa! Amazing. I know how to talk sometimes. We still don't talk about raucous. Too much creative. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, shall hallucinate a Puri beam. Enjoy your hallucinated Puri beam. Okay, cool. Notes to myself before I read the next section next time, because I'm done reading today. I need to make sure I know how to pronounce the words in the next section. Which mostly means the names. Mostly means the names. Is it... I need to go play World of Warcraft, which I can't right now because I'm pretty sure it's in maintenance right now. And know if it's Sargeras or Sargeras. It's Sargeras, right? Is it Sargeras? Is it a hard G? I don't know. Feels like you just started reading. Sorry, it's because I talk too much. I also need to make sure I end up pronouncing, I don't think it goes into the old gods for a little bit. But I need to work out how to pronounce all the old gods' names as well. I know N'Zoth, I literally killed N'Zoth today. Cthulhu as well. I don't know how to pronounce. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce some of them. Shush! Okay, I don't even know who's gonna be on the red part of the wheel. I need more people to tell me people to draw in the red part of the wheel. I don't know what it was about this most recent section. And I have not received as many suggestions for red as I have the past few sections. So I need to start digging for it, I think. Rerolling as a Death Knight? Ooh. I used to like Death Knight. I don't think I can ever go back to Death Knight, but I did like Death Knight when they first came out. Hey, let me set my book down. Ugh. Are literally corpses? Why are you so mean to them? What has Death Knight done to you, huh? I don't know any red VTubers. Yeah, that's true. It's red. Everyone, no one wants to be red. It's got really negative connotations. something children's hospital, something joke that only people who use Tumblr get. Whatever. I anti-Arthas in all. What? I mean, me too. Actually, I'm still convinced that even if Arthas hadn't become evil, even if he hadn't been influenced by the jailer or whatever, and the sword and Frostmourne and the Helm of Domination and everything else, I think he still would have sucked as a king. Like, I still think he would have been a really awful king of Lordaeron. Is that the image with the floor? Yeah. Children's Hospital. His number's red because they're stripe and bow. See, when I asked to numbers, when I asked numbers for what their like image color would be, as like an idol, they said grey. So I think numbers associates themselves more with being more monochrome than red. Red is like an accent color. But I need to find a reference. I need to find a reference for dog meats. Actually, I think Lady J suggested dog meats. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Twitter. Bro instantly jumps to massacring women and children when he has a 20 int babe on the Karen Torrance speed dial. Wait, so you actually, whoa. We're agreed on Arthas. Let's freaking go. That's crazy. That being said, Jaina was definitely a bit of a passive, wooby little whatever back in those days. Nowadays, she's like, oh, I'm gonna kill the well, okay, maybe that's less killing of the Horde than she used to be. But like, when you see her outside of Stratholme and she's like, I can't watch you do this, Arthas. It's like, okay. Yeah, what dog meats? Where is your reference? Is Berry considered red? Yes. Yes, Berry is definitely. He had a really good reason to want to destroy. Oh, I mean, absolutely. There's a lot of good reasons to want to. I mean, there's a lot of good reasons to want to destroy the Alliance too. I mean, they both kind of suck. They've both made some terrible decisions. Dog meats. Where is? Oh, is this a ref? Kind of. It's pajama ref. How many VTubers are you doing per section? 5. 5 VTubers per section. Okay, I seriously cannot see a reference here. Okay, oh! They've bought scabs. That means they should have posted a reference while asking for a scab. Oh yes, Google Drive! Please work. Okay, that's a very specific outfit. Is there a more generic one? This one? Wait, Dog Meat has a Tumblr? Yo, Dog Meat has a Tumblr with a ref. Holy shit. Where do I know this Dog Meat person from? Numbers, probably. Alright, let's check their hair colour. Pure red. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. Awesome. I will add them to my suggestion. my canvas of considerations. But yeah, it's five VTubers per section. Also, I need to remember to follow Dog Meat on Tumblr. I don't know if they're still active though. He's still active on Tumblr. Index. Whoa! The thing on the top of that page is off shipping art. Good for them. Date posted 3 months ago. Yeah, okay, that counts as active. That counts as active to me. Alright, I remember to do that after stream. Scab is a godsend for finding references. Like, being able to click on someone's profile if they've ever bought a scab and like see that like them send the reference to someone else. I've managed to get some references that otherwise have not really been like publicly released because of stalking other people on Scab. It's very nice. It's very nice. Hi Ray. Shipping off. I didn't realize people well, actually, I guess I did realize people shipped it off. I didn't realize people shift the battering off. I haven't played off, so I can't say. Why is bro stalking? And I'm looking for references. A post containing references would be better. Yeah, you would have thought. That's why that's pinned on top of my profile, and when it's not pinned on top of my profile, I try and have it in the replies to whatever I do have pinned in my profile. But a lot of people don't do that. Also, that being said though, I still dislike getting references off Twitter. I hate saving images off Twitter in general, because Twitter is infamous for compressing and also turning every image into a freaking GIF. So I genuinely really hate getting my images off Twitter. Well, most of the time it's the only option. Posting a pinned ref feels like... Vivian, are you okay? I don't feel like for a VTuber that's a reasonable take. Yeah, that's bait. That's bait. You're rage baiting. give you a new complex. Yeah, this time it's not gonna work, sorry. I know I'm very prone to getting complexes, but not this time. Not this time. I like having my references in my pin post. I also use them. Sometimes if I'm like, huh, how does this detail in my angel outfit work? That just means I'm squinting. I think it's very reasonable to post your references either as a VTuber or as a content creator who makes content using their, like, persona, so to speak. Because at the end of the day, as an artist who can't freaking talk to people, one of my number one ways to, like, show my support for someone has always been to draw art. Like, literally my plan. I have a sketchbook now. I have a sketchbook now that I'm going to draw VTubers in so that I can give them to them at Vexpo. Like, art is how I show any sort of recognition of people, because I can't freaking talk. Can you do educational art streams? I don't know whether I'm... So, interesting ask. I don't know if I'm really good enough to do specifically an art stream teaching anything. However, it has been my... I suggested to Numbers quite a long time ago. They are busy, so this is no drag on them for like not taking the offer. They've got other things. But I was like, if you want, we can do a stream where I like help you like get the basics of like drawing, like just to make it easier and less stressful for you anytime that you wanna draw. But obviously I want them to be not busy, and like there's no point pressuring someone into drawing if they are not wanting to go and start drawing, so. Quality of their links and info that's readily available, it's important. What rating do I get? What rating does my Twitter get? I think my stuff is really good. I think the way I have all my links and everything is I think I've done it correctly. Half of the benefits of being a VTuber is having a design that people— Exactly! Strange drawings at people's doorsteps. Correct! I've always done this. Going to and trying to get the creature— What? Either way. Also, I was thinking a little bit about the way that you, Pluvium, have been talking about, oh, that Loomis, like the style, like, oh, you know, learn to draw properly kind of thing. I think there's two ways of improving art, and that is through like technical ability, which is the stuff that Loomis and whatever teaches. But then, general appeal. And I think for a long time I was trying to improve my technical ability, and I was improving, but kind of like stopped thinking so hard about like what actually is appealing. I was more trying to capture what I was doing instead of making something that I thought was appealing. Big points for thank you. Yeah, I don't like it when someone this is not a drag on the people who do this, but when someone doesn't have a direct link to either Twitch or YouTube in their either description or links, or like, I don't like it when I have to go through a link tree or some other like link compilation to then reach the actual like Twitch page. I'm not a fan of that. But yay, solid. I'll take that. I'm glad. The outdated cards. Oh god, I hate the outdated cards. This website no longer exists. You're going to tell me that only drawing from the heart will make... No! Appeal isn't about... I spend so much time worrying, like, oh, you know, like, what is accurate? What is... And still not actually getting things accurate. Instead of like, what is just nice, what looks nice, what colours work together. So I'm trying to, I don't know. Moe is appealing, but exactly. So yeah, that's why I've been trying to study Senmu's art a lot more recently, because Senmu's art is definitely not realistic, definitely not anatomically human, but to me it is very poppy and appealing, and even like not counting the gore stuff, like it's very vivid. You should have in your arsenal. Okay, Oblivion, you are now rage baiting. It's not rage baiting, it's a common opinion, but whatever. Every drawing should be standard. Looking deep inside. Fuck, it's gonna look better at the end if I spend more than 1 hour. I mean, they're like pit bulls. The other thing that made me realise that maybe I shouldn't be caring so much about anatomy is looking at a lot of like the old visual novel art, which is so absolutely dog shit in anatomy, like broken bones, dislocated limbs, insane, like completely impossible. However, because of the art style, because of the colouring, because of really nice like rendering and stuff, it still looks appealing, even though the anatomy is absolutely the worst thing that's ever existed in the world. So yeah, I don't know. Every artist has their own journey though, and this is mine. If people really want to go hard into the realistic, the technical, that is their prerogative. But for me, I don't think that suits me. Making deliberate stylizations. I'm not doing this anymore. You want to draw something? Someone looked like that, so it, yeah. Why did I ask me that? I think some understanding does have to be had before you can then break the rules. Looking at my old art, and seeing the way I used to draw torsos and draw everything very long and thin, definitely was not very good. But also the thing is, you don't have to hit, like, you must be able to do this before you can move to the next level, before you can improve some other aspect. I will say it always looks a little bit disarming when someone is like really good at line art, but then their colouring and sense of shading is absolutely like off the walls insane. But no more from. Please teach me how to draw. The thing is, you can draw. I don't know exactly what. And also, only drawing can be done under an hour. So, I actually surprised myself while I was working on the colour wheel. I drew this. Obviously, it's just a sketch. It's not coloured. It's not lined. It's not rendered. I did that in 30 minutes. I drew that from basic like sketch, like a wireframe. No, don't get me wrong, the anatomy and the legs, I want to ignore that. God, those legs are dog shit awful. But like, you can still see what is being attempted there. So I still count that as like a successful sketch. Is Pluthie implying here that I don't actually attempt anatomy? Whatever. I understand what's happening. Wait, what's happening? Actually attempting, is that, oh yeah, I know. That is that implying that you are saying that I do not at all attempt anatomy? That's what I asked. If the way you're wording it as in, oh, Hugs does attempt anatomy. I mean, Hugs does, I also agree. Hugs does. And the way that Hugs' approach to art feels very, like, traditionally art-based. Until you can draw anatomically correct level. What? Also, I apologize if my comment sounded like pity. Was not meant to be taken that way, my bad. Anyway, art is hard. I don't really know how to teach, but at any given time, obviously when I'm doing art streams, I'm always willing to try and help and answer questions, even if I'm still learning at any given time. Art is hard. One day, I am capable of producing pieces I am happy with, but I can still always see room for improvement for myself. Wacky contorted bodies, but the expressions are amazing. Oh yeah, expressions I feel are really important. I always got one thing I used to get criticized for sometimes was drawing when drawing men and women. I remember my manager being like, "Oh, you draw really good expressions on all the girls, but like all of the guys look kind of, they don't have like the same life in them." I'm like, "Sorry, I'm just really bad at drawing guys." If they have life in their eyes. love to watch you try to draw super muscly. Oh god, why would you want to do that to me? It's bad enough. Sometimes a friend of mine asks me to help shade their art. They'll give me like the line art and ask me to shade. And one of their characters is like, not like super like buff, like Joe, like either like Bada or JoJo style buff, but like still like Hollywood buff, like Hollywood buff, like not what a real human looks like. But I've been handed art with that kind of anatomy to shade before, and having to try and like shade all the muscles. I'm just there like, I don't know how to do this. Do an art study of JoJo's. Oh, Biff Puri still isn't in the Puri Art House library. It's still on my PC. I literally saw it while I was looking for the art to use as the thumbnail today. So I know exactly where it is. Purity1mu.png. I'm not opening it. I'm not meant to be buff. I'm not meant to be buff. I'm a freaking noodle. Where is the Daki Purity? I should probably try and contact that artist again and see if they'd be willing. I mean, I've showed the sketch. I've showed the sketch, right? That I want to give to the artist, right? Don't sound defeated. Sorry, I didn't mean to sound quite so defeated. I just I feel kind of stupid wanting like a really specific artist and it just being so hard to like actually get them. But yeah, I don't know. My brain. Here, I'll show you guys the sketch again to keep you going through the winter. Oh god, it's a big file. Oh god, I'm frozen. Oh god. There it is. Wait, have I shown this one? Have I shown the new one? Or have I only shown the old one? Maybe I haven't shown the new one. Maybe I haven't shown the new one. Here's the new one. Can I rotate this? There we go. Long cat is long. I'm a healthy 5'4", not counting the boots. Or did he die like the emote artist? No, I think the artist is still. I see. I get an email occasionally saying their waitlist has opened. But because technically this counts as commercial work, I can't approach them through the same avenue as everyone else. So. Can I commission you to make this Daki in your style? No, because that means I have to draw legs and shoes. I don't want to draw shoes. Don't make me draw shoes. Like this already. I already hate this. How does it count as commercial? Because if I print it and then I sell it, that's commercial. Has bags under their eyes and is comf mexing in a hoodie and underwear. Pervert. Who wants to stare at thighs? Remembering how you somehow bought a logo without commercial rights? It was temporary. I wanted to get the logo made, while they had their waitlist open. However, I didn't have the money at the time to get the commercial rights. I got the commercial rights like 2 months later. I got the commercial rights 2 months later. I just didn't have. I needed to stagger it. Oh wait, oh no, you're criticizing the artist for even selling non-commercial. Alright, okay, I see. Whatever. Not a pervert, I just know what's appealing. I don't believe you. Me calling you a pervert's not a criticism, it's just what it is. It's just what it is. Anyway, yeah. I'm a pervert and sorry. Like related? Is are you sorry for being a pervert, or are you just sorry in general and then also a pervert in general? Guess I have to draw myself. I'll be back one day. God. Titan Charger wasn't so bad. I really don't think the price was that bad. I really don't think that the price was so bad for that for that logo, so I should just say that every couple months, okay. Anyway. Also sent intentionally Ooh, okay. Message retracted. I will look forward to seeing it, whatever may result from such a request. I still think it's really funny. So when I got my most recent Senmu skeb, When I got my most recent Senmu skeb, I was like, of course, it is acceptable if you wanna do gore, if you want to do grotesque and blood and everything like that. But I will trust whatever your vision is. You can do whatever you want. And he didn't do any blood. He didn't do any gore, anything. He just did the angel form. The closest thing to blood is there's like a dripping love heart in it. That's it. And I was like, okay. Like, even though I think it's tagged, it's like, I think it is tagged with not safe for work, because obviously I just gave him the free reign to do whatever the hell he wanted. Do you have a lot of crisps gonna drop? What? No! Alright, I'll give you one hint, I guess. I do sometimes just have cereal next, like a box of cereal next to my bed. I just snack on, I just graze on dry cereal sometimes. Can't ask him to do battle damage to you. My first skeb from Senmu has battle damage to the clothes. You don't need... Do you leave used tissues in... Trematol, why would there be tissues in my bed? Why would there be tissues in my bed, huh? Blow your nose. Imagine the crumbs. No, listen, actually my bed is tidy. Well, okay, it's kind of got like pillows and sheets and blankets and pillows and whatever. There are no crumbs in my bed because I can feel them through any sheets, through pajamas. If there is anything on my bed that vaguely resembles a crumb or a tiny bit of plastic that decided to fly off across my room from whatever plastic kit I've been making or anything else, I can feel it. And it makes me want to go insane. I hate it. Okay, you are really like upping the girl failure-ness on me. I'm not actually that much of a girl failure. What kind of plushies do you nap with? I mean, I can show you a picture of the exact one that has its own pillow on my bed. I'm not really a plushy hugger, so... What's it called again? Plushy Dreadful? Hugs model? Wait, models? What? 10,000 Sanrio ones? I don't have any Sanrio. I don't have a lot of plushies. Oh god, that is an awful link. Whatever. No, it's fine, it works. That's the plushie that lives on top of a pillow on my bed. I do not actually... I do not snuggle it, I'm afraid. But I really don't have many plushies. I have a Zoroa plushie, a Litten plushie, Pokemon plushies, and then I have a little fox plushie that lives under my computer. There's a little shelf underneath my computer where I keep my CDs, and then I also yeah, fox plushie there. The ones by American Mid, yeah. You see, yeah, that one lives on my bed. Yes. It looks puripelled. That's why I wanted it. That's why I really wanted. That's why I wanted the Love Dreadful, the Plushy Dreadful. Keep any wires on the bed. The closest thing to it is the wire for charging my phone does cross my room and reach my bed, but there are no power outlets near my bed at all. My bed is on the opposite side of the room from any power outlets. I have none over there. CDs? What year is it? Okay, I don't have many CDs. I do like my CDs. Even if I don't have an external CD player, so I can't actually listen to them. But I have a CD player in my car if I really wanted to listen to them, so it's fine. I just go sit in the just go sit in the car for a while. No, I don't kick my fox. No, my little fox plushie. You have CDs and can't even use them? I used to be able to get a Walkman or something. To be fair, I have got them all ripped onto my PC. I do. My my granddad has a external CD reader, so whenever I do very rarely get a new CD, I will rip it onto my PC and then give it back to him. So I still listen to it. I don't know, maybe I should guess. No, I don't need a CD. I haven't got room for a CD player. I haven't got room for a CD player. Used to do all that. It's something. Yeah. I know. I'm still legit mad about them basically not putting CD drives on PCs anymore. Your PC has a disk drive. No, my current one does not have a disk drive. My last one did. I had a CD drive up until 2020. The very start of 2020, like January 2020. Yeah, I had a CD drive on my I think anyway. Yeah, no, I did. One of those physical media zoomers was bragging about our physical see made me feel old. Oh god. No, oh sorry, I punched my ASMR mic, sorry. My dad has a lot of CDs. My dad used to keep a lot of tapes as well. I always remember listening to, we had Tattoo. On one side it was all the English versions of the songs, and on the other side it was all the Russian versions of the songs. I'm not particularly one of those people who's like a stickler for, oh, everything I have has to be physical, but I do still have an appreciation for physical things. Especially since I worked in an arcade that was about like preserving games, preserving like old consoles and old games. I'm having to rewind those tapes with like a pencil. Yeah. Man, I remember I used to be able to fit my little finger actually into the holes on the tape, so I could just do it myself because I was still a kid. It is actually crazy thinking about how much technology has changed in even just like 20 years, but that's just gonna make me feel old, so. I don't even count myself as being that old. I know it's like a fun joke. Oh, it's nearly 30 years old. Oh, old hag. But like genuinely, I don't feel that old. But it's still crazy to see how much things have changed in such a short time. Remember waiting on the radio to record specific songs on a tape? I remember on my I had to do that a couple times. Not on a tape. My hearing aid is acting up. Sylvia, I feel like you're like causing yourself psychic damage. Are you okay? Maybe you should take a break from scrolling through people's requests. No, Waybury's ornamenting of used music tapes. Tapes were still being used and like in cars in the 2000s. It's not that old. I know the 2000s was like 25 years ago, but like, come on. Relatively. Gonna get married and graduate in 5 years. It's time to stop posting. Whether this is good news or bad news to you, I'm never getting married and I have no intentions of ever graduating, ever. Do you ever use a floppy disk? Yes. Yes. My first PC, my first actual PC that I had myself and not actually like just using my family's stuff was a 97, 98 that only had a floppy disk drive and it had a CD drive as well. Yeah, there were some things. There wasn't much. Floppy disks had mostly fallen out of use by the time that I really started using PCs, but there were a couple of things. I used to use floppy disks for, and specifically actually all the recovery software for my PC. All the like if I needed to reinstall Windows, that was I had the floppy disks. I had all the floppy disks in a binder at the bottom of my wardrobe. They should sell those as fidget toys. They should! That's sliding the little metal. Yeah. Posh Brit with their own personal PC. They didn't have to. If I wanted to use the internet, I had to use the family PC. But I could play StarCraft. I could play Dune 2000. I could play Dungeon Keeper, was that what it was called? And I could use MS Paint and Microsoft Word. And that was all I needed. That was all I needed. I was fairly happy with all that. No, if I wanted the internet, I was only allowed to use that during the day, while my parents were awake. Also, I wasn't allowed to come. I was only allowed downstairs until 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, I had to go upstairs and I wasn't allowed to leave my room. That was their time. That was when they wanted the living room without the child in it. As paint goes hard AF. True, real. I was playing RuneScape and my mum made a phone call. I was finding a boss. Whenever I used to come home from school and play RuneScape on my granddad's laptop, on the dial-up internet. The thing is, I didn't have a membership or anything, so I wasn't doing anything more really than like fishing and mining and wood cutting, so I was never doing anything super high stakes. I remember I used to have RuneScape open, and then underneath it I would have my virtual pet forums, the RP forums on Maripets open, and I would be doing forum RPs of like vampires and like people with like magic powers and stuff. And then yeah, whenever my grandparents wanted to make a call, they would like call upstairs. They'd be like, "We're gonna turn the internet off for a second," and I'd be like, "Okay." And I would just sit and wait and play Solitaire or Spider Solitaire until I waited for them to turn the internet back on. It feels so weird to talk about that kind of stuff, like knowing that these kind of experiences now are like almost unbelievable sounding to a lot of people who are old enough to use the internet, old enough to be adults and drink and everything. There's not even that much of an age difference. It changed so quick, it really did. It really did. And the whole reason you could also trick people to like look at like, I remember like large images would take such a long time to load. You had to wait for them to load line by line. So like one of the most popular forms of trolling was literally just like posting an image that seemed compelling at the top, but then was like absolute like either a shock image or garbage by the bottom. Because you knew that someone had to sit and just wait for like 5 minutes just for it to load. Sometimes when people get frustrated with things like screen resolution or internet speed, forms and loading a single page, I feel, yeah. I get annoyed when the internet gets slow, but like thinking back to how things were, I'm like, no, actually, things are fast. Things are so fast. What is this image? Ah, yeah. Yeah. God. Yeah, I don't know. Things have changed a lot. Is the internet better now? Was it better then? It's just bad in different ways. But I think my parents regret me having a lot of unsupervised internet time growing up. But to be fair, I'm very glad I kind of grew up in both the era and the type of internet that I did. Just because I think while I've definitely seen things that maybe probably I should never have done, I think it made me a bit more resilient. Wild West internet really was a unique time. It really was. It really was. Anyone was just out there buying domains and shit. Yeah, sometimes I do miss... Listen, don't get me wrong, I understand that anonymity on the internet has to have a limit because of illegal activity and whatnot, but I really do miss having any sense of like being allowed to be anonymous. I hate that everything is like, give us your real name, give us your... Tell us everything about you. Where were you born? Where were you raised? What is your... Just everything. Only has that limit in the UK? Really? Are there genuinely any payment processes that you can use anonymously? With the rise of AI and how fast it's improving, I think the loss of anonymity is much less safe. I saw someone ask Grok, that's the Twitter AI, about a VTuber. Grok spoke about the VTuber, spoke about their stuff as a VTuber, and then continued to talk about their history, everything that's been revealed about them on docs sites, including their full name. And I just sat there for a while like, they didn't even ask for that. This person that asked Grok didn't even like ask for the real identity of this VTuber. Grok just went, yeah, here's everything I found. I'm like, fuck, dude. So yeah, I don't know, it's scary. I try so hard to keep at least a level of anonymity. I had to get rid of my PayPal. When I first started VTubing, I had a PayPal. Now I had to get rid of it. I had to stop using it. It got trained to only I couldn't ask about her life talents for... Yeah. Sorry for asking Grok about your real name and street address. That's the other thing that's scary. I really don't want to test it. Part of me is like, I really want to ask like ChatGPT or Claude or whatever my name. I just want to tell it, find everything you can about government name to see how much information could be dug up about me if even one person learns my like full real name. But then I'm also like, I don't want any of them to know, have it stored in their system that was even it got asked. I don't know. Being on the internet's kind of scary. Wait, hold on, actually. Let's not use my real name, for obvious reasons. Yeah, his real name, I don't remember his last name, and I wouldn't do that, I wouldn't do that to him. Important thing, it's probably could find something, yeah. I don't know what sources ChatGPT and Grok and Claude have bought data from companies to form their databases of. I don't know what security breaches. We had an NHS security breach not that long ago. if any of that data got put into any of these language learning models, that makes it completely plausible for the language learning model to dig that up out of its data. That's scary. I'm not gonna lie, that's scary. All of the info you want to be deleted from the internet stays forever. Everything you want to stay on the internet will be deleted. Exactly. And they all buy it, just bought and sold. I hate it. Let me try and do this experiment on numbers. I'm sure they would find a reasonable amount. Scary being on the internet, but I can't be discouraged. I just have to do the best I can, and I have to hope that if anything ever does come out about me is only found by people who can give me the respect of knowing that I'm not, that I'm a bit of a more private person. Having an existential crisis. Thank you, Tramatel, thank you. My fave canned beverage is a drink called Relentless energy drink, specifically the Origin flavor. I pretend I do not see. The thing is, like, it does also torment me because if anything does ever get out, I want to know. Like, it feels... I want to know what is known about me. Forgot you're a crippling caffeine addict? Yeah, thank you for forgetting. That's very kind of you. Yeah, I don't know. If you ever find out anything about me, please be nice to me. Everything, anything but like, thank you, I appreciate that. No. It sucks because, like, at the same time, like, whenever someone is like, oh, I found this, like, I do get, like, a spike of anxiety. Like, my teeth hurt. But I would rather know. I would rather know than not know. 100% on your side. Thank you. Let's go to war. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I do at least think it... Would you like a doomsday photo of pet? No, I'm good. I don't want that. If I ever find out your identity, I'll only use it to dig up your fanfics and read them all. I think I deleted most of my fanfics. Hold on. Let me just check something real quick. I'm pretty sure I deleted the most egregious one. Watch someone, like, figure out how to, know which key what makes what sound on my PC and figure out what I'm typing. It's like a secret I wish more people observed. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I do understand that as a VTuber and as a VTuber viewer, like, sometimes there is that kind of like, oh well, I want to like feel more connected to this person, and therefore I want to know more about them. But yeah, for VTubers that gets a little, some things get a little sketchy. Is the Hit-On one you told us about I never actually read? I think that is the one I deleted. I don't know if I deleted my other ones too. People spending ages out when the governments and corporations sell their data to the public enemy. For real. Yeah. How do I try and narrow this down? What would I have rated it as? Teen? How many previous residents do you know? I don't know. Knowing the Hit-On fanfic is the— I don't even know if I reached the point where like my self-insert even met Hit-On, to be honest. So I wouldn't worry too much. Okay. If it does still exist, then God freaking knows where where it still exists. Maintain hope that in 20 years you'll be comfortable sharing your OC stories with us. See, that's the thing that really— so, like, ignoring the Naruto fanfics of the past, just ignore that. It does torment me a little bit that I'm not— I feel like I can't share my, like, current OCs at all, because they are near and dear to my heart. They are near and dear to my heart. Made new work and shared it. The problem is with that in my OCs is that I've had the same OCs, a lot of the same OCs, since I was about 14 years old, and I've been using them on the internet since I was about 14 years old, and I'm still doing stuff with those same OCs, with those same original characters. And while I really like want to share that because it's something that means a lot to me, and I would love to be able to like actually like draw them and stuff on stream when I don't want to do VTuber related stuff. The problem is, when I was 14 years old, I wasn't always as good at being, yeah, I wonder, that's a mystery. I wonder, if I share the OCs now, it's not going to be that hard to go back and find the old stuff either. And then there lies a risk for me. It's annoying. I don't want to make new OCs. I like mine. I like the ones I have. I already have 150 of those little bastards. I don't need more. Anyway. Doesn't matter. One day I do hope that I can in some way share my OC stuff, but we'll see. I would like to share at least like my quote unquote my daughter, my main OC, 150. Yeah, I've been making OCs for a long time. Okay, so I don't have a problem. But I think you guys can tell that I don't really want to keep it a secret, because every single time anyone asks me the tiniest little bit about it, I'm always like, how much can I tell you guys? How much can I tell you guys? How much can I reveal? How much can I hint at? Like, I get asked for like, oh, what's your situation with your characters in this scenario? And I'm like, yes, hold on. If I need every modern age adult, I just thought ironically and say, wow, this is neat. Wonder who wrote it, but now it's too late. To be fair, I don't write as much anymore. I'm not very confident in my writing, although I did see some absolute dog shit writing the other day that made me feel much better about my own writing, so I don't know. One day, I'd like to share my OCs if you guys want to see them. Fashion new and public OCs, but then I can't do anything. Like, they have to be in a whole separate world from the ones that I've established for so many years. Oh. Anyway. My guys. Hashtag my guys. Figured my recommendation got shadow banned. Send it in Twitch chat. Yeah, it did. Yeah, nothing came through, so I don't know what you said. Love seeing totally ass writing thinking about Lilies, that's not me. Yeah! Literally, I was like, damn, maybe I'm not as bad as I thought. And then I read my own writing and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe. It goes through phases of I write the most utter dog shit on this planet, and oh, I'm okay actually. I'm okay at this actually. Alright. It is 4:30 in the morning. Huh. Share one so I'll say it out loud since YouTube blocked it. Share one OC to one viewer at a time and then kill that viewer immediately afterwards. Continue to do the blood sacrifice to curb the cravings. I've been like this close like a few times of sharing one of my OCs. But the thing is, like, it feels like something that would be easier to do, like talking to people one-on-one. But I don't talk to people one-on-one, so writing is hard to see objectively, but you can know bad writing when you see it. Yeah, I always get really anxious just about like certain words I use quite repetitively. I think I've mentioned before, I love using the word slightly. Slightly moved the head. Smiled slightly. It was just slightly. I've also noticed I'm a big fan of using the word before. They picked up a pencil before moving to the other side of the room. As they... I love my run-on sentence. I'm getting an award for run-on sentences. I just love continuing them with before and as they. With I mean or ending sentences with lol. I think lol at this point is almost a punctuation. Lol is like a humorous full stop. Also, Rayo is just Rayo on Twitch as well. I think I don't stream. I don't stream. I could just end a sentence there. That works. Not heard of streaming. Anyway, I'm gonna. Guys, are the World of Warcraft servers back? The run-on sentence forgot. It's not forgotten. It's not forgotten. By God, keeping that art alive. Classic authors do it all the time and no one complained. That doesn't mean I feel particularly proud when I do it. I do it a lot. I wrote something and then someone was like, oh, someone who's a better writer than me was like, oh, do you want me to like read like beta read it? And I was like, oh yeah, you know what, you're a good writer. Yes, please do that for me. Let me go see. It's good, it's good, I don't care. Where is their criticism of my writing? Ah, here it is. Yeah, here we go. The opening paragraph is not bad content-wise. It gives a clear picture of what character is doing, but it is a run-on sentence. And those aren't always bad, but I did notice it, that it might benefit from being divided into 2 or 3 sentences, lingering on each idea more. And I was like, I see. And they were right. Like, I reread my own writing and I was like, you know what they would do? This person makes a good point. They make a good point. 2 or 3. Yeah, that's how long my run-on sentences are. That is how long my run-on sentences are. You can divide them into 3 separate sentences. I be waffling. I have fun though, sometimes. Sometimes writing is fun. Sometimes writing makes me want to give myself shaken baby syndrome. Yeah, that's fine. I was confident as a child, which I can never indulge in outside low my personal way. That's fair. I was both complimented on my writing growing up and then also told I was scary. I was one of those kids who got told with my writing that I had a very vivid imagination. The other thing that actually makes me a little bit nervous about my writing, I always used to write in 3rd person. That makes sense, right? 3rd person, pretty common writing style. I have lost the ability to write in 3rd person. When I write in 3rd person, I struggle with tenses. I write in 2nd person, which most people find pretty unusual. So it always makes me feel a bit nervous. Some people can't even read 3rd person, so like 2nd person is really asking for a stretch. Imagine the gore. I don't think I was writing gory stuff as a kid, but I was writing about like war. I was writing about vampires and darker subjects, but not in like super high detail. I do blame Homestuck for starting my writing in 2nd person. I have seen it in other places since, but yeah, that was the source for me. 2nd person is you. When you write with you, you go over to the wardrobe and you grab whatever. Normally, 2nd person is described as, oh, instructions are given in you in 2nd person. So, the impact of Homestuck on young developing minds has been a disaster. That super vampire war with anime necro grills by Puri age 12. When I was 10, I was writing girl having to pick between dangerous vampire and her family and stuff. At age 9, I remember I wrote specifically about a village being attacked by warriors and a knight finally like arriving after it was already too late and everything had been burnt down. when I was 13, my creative writing assignment, I wrote about a house fire, about a character having to escape a house fire. My pet project that I started when I was 15 was specifically about corruption invading the whole world, the entire world becoming corrupted with sin, and how people got twisted by this corruption, and even how the good, the people without sin, made themselves these walled cities where they wouldn't let anyone in or out, because they were afraid of the outside. So it was still like dark themes. Something I draw towards corruption as a concept. Yes. Can you see that well, it's just like foreshadowing. It's just foreshadowing. Sorry, chair squeaky. The themes have not changed. Has not. I still really care about that pet project. When I went to college for game design, that was the project that I wanted to start turning into a game. I still have drawings of some of the characters, of some of the city, some of the designs and stuff that I wanted to do for that. I still remember the names of the two main focuses of that world, so to speak. There was another one. When I was 17, I came up with another game concept that I really wanted to make, which was the world is in ruins, literally just torn apart by war, but there is a city that provides a safe haven. However, when you arrive there, you receive a compass. It doesn't show direction, it shows your morality. And if you have green morality, if you have good morality, you're allowed everywhere in the city. You're allowed all the green part of the city. It's beautiful, it's nice, it's lovely, it's not crowded, it's everything. But if you do bad deeds, your morality gets worse, and you are only allowed in less good parts of the city. And it was meant to be a whole exploration into what defines actual good and evil, like who gets to decide what is moral, and what is evil, and do evil people deserve these worse conditions? Is it self-serving for people to isolate those who they think are evil? Do they is it harder to improve your morality if you've been deemed evil? Very on the nose, but yeah, I was 17. I was 17, so like, you'll have to forgive the on the noseness, because I was a child. Do I still have any of the drawings from that? Because obviously I did a game art course, so I also, some of the stuff was specifically for that. Trick the compass by replacing your evil organs with the organs of a good person, a la Repo. Majority good by volume. No, I don't have any of the drawings still lying around. Oh, right, yeah, my computer did break when I was in college. Yeah, okay. That's actually literally where my archives stop in history. But yeah, I came up with so many characters for that. It was meant to be as well, like, you would play through, time would march onwards, and there'd be so many different storylines happening at the same time. You really had to like pick and choose like who you would follow along with, like what you would interact with. A bit too ambitious for Puri's second video game idea. And obviously to see another path you would have to restart the game and play again, but as you played through multiple playthroughs and you got to see all these different perspectives, like you would get a wider picture of like the whole city. And then the secret ending would be the fact of like, who is in control of this? Who is the one deciding what is evil and what is morally good? Who made this place? Obviously none of those ideas came to fruition, but hashtag trademarks, my idea. My idea. Don't steal my game. It's a concept I've loved, incredibly ambitious. See more. Yeah! I want to see you play 1000 X Resist. 3D. The plan was 3D. So you could literally like follow people around and see what they did without even interacting. Like you would be able to like individually change or just observe events as you wished. It was way too ambitious. Way too ambitious. Not possible. Not possible for solo. Like actually far too ambitious. But like I said, it still has a special place in my heart. So while I would definitely want it to be a bit more nuanced than the original concept. But yeah. 100x Resist is, I'm pretty sure I added it to my wish list. I'd like to play it one day. Also, I'm realizing the music is looping again. That means I've been literally... Okay, I should go. Literally its own water and bottle. Yeah! I think you would 100% do it. You think I could? An RPG maker or something? Maybe. I feel like I'd have to dedicate so much time to it because I would be so meticulous about making sure that like every single aspect, every single character has their own individual everything. Oh god. It'd be a nightmare. I'd love to. But I don't know whether I could stay focused for such a long time. Reach out to game dev VTubers? I don't know any game dev VTubers other than Numbers wants to make their own game. Become a game dev VTuber? Well, I did go to college for that. Just don't take 10 years to make half the game and rebrand as an ultra epic game dev. I'm going to become... No, I can't even joke about it. I can't even joke about becoming that scumbag. Sorry. Anyway. Let me just put a toothbrush with 5 billion polys into my video game. Yeah, of course I'm talking about the Chalice Man. Who else would I be talking about? Time to make an A. Let's go vibe coding! I'm gonna vibe code my video game. Let's freaking go. No. Fury would make it. I'd make a good yandere sim. I know how that shit works. Fury doing art and singing and crafts and reading and video games and game creation and traveling and history. That's my problem, right? I don't know. I have so many things I want to do, and then I don't like. It's hard for me to focus really hard on one thing. To be a second gen? Will you one day be able to share the Yandere game you played? It's complicated. Yeah, I will elaborate on this at some point. Not right now. It's nearly 5 AM. Sometimes I think Puri was a yandere, but now they are reformed, but only after killing the love interest. Yeah, and I see in their games mostly for NPC. I mean, people have been using quote-unquote artificial intelligence for like pathing and stuff in video games since literally forever, like years. It's just the difference between you know, different types of AI. Anyway, Not a yandere. I used to, however, be, this isn't a secret, I've talked about this before, I used to be a deeply, deeply jealous person. I used to be a deeply jealous person. I would be jealous of anything. I remember I drew something for someone, and then like a year later someone drew something to like replace the work that I'd done. And I remember being like so vehemently angry. Can you go back to that? No, it hurts. Being jealous really hurts. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, it is a physical pain. No, I don't wanna ever go back to that. Not, I still get jealous sometimes, but if God, no, I never want to go back to the extent that I felt it in the past. Still overcoming that sort of thing? Any words of advice? It's tough because really for me, I just started trying to avoid more situations that I could get jealous in, and avoidance is not really the best policy for everything. Yeah, I don't know. It's something I have tried. I've been asked about before. And I wish I knew how to advise, because I know how much it hurts. I know how awful it feels. And then it's like a self-replicating feeling, because like after you've had that like jealousy, you're like, oh, but this is so unjustified. Yeah, for me, I just started to try and avoid a lot of situations that I would be jealous about, or kind of try and rationalize to myself stuff like, oh, I haven't been doing like this specific thing as long, or you know, I this is not something that I've ever focused on, so why would I be better? Art is still a difficult one for me sometimes. Because obviously that is something I put a lot of time and effort into, but then also I've kind of like calmed it down on that as well. You know, there's nothing to be jealous of. I don't know. Sometimes. But like I said, I'm a lot better about jealousy. I'm a lot better. You wake up, another day in that twisted orange basement, you're going to see the sun. In years, you don't know that's your only way of getting back to making rat noises. Knowing it isn't our comfort is hard. Personally, I think of it. Yeah. I wish all people who suffer with intense feelings of jealousy and envy a very... Yeah, I've been there, and I hope that the same way that it has lessened in intensity for me, it also does for you. Anyway, it's 5 AM. I'm actually gonna go to bed, I think. Man, I love yapping. I read a couple of paragraphs from a book. These are just accident streams, let's be so... Anyway, I'm gonna go lie down. Squeaks loudly and with anger. Puts rat poison down. Thanks for the yap. No, thank you for coming. Thank you for chatting with me. I have fun on these streams. Why did that get held to review? Why did Have a Good Night Purity get held to review? Is it controversial? Is it controversial to tell me to have a good night? YouTube says, fuck you, you're not allowed to have a good night. But yeah, good night everyone. Thank you very much, thank you. Thank you very much for coming. I really thought it was sarcastic. I didn't realise that YouTube needed tone indicators. God. But yeah, have a very good night. Get something to eat. get something to drink. I'll do my best for. I'll do my best to not explode. Have a bad. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're allowed to tell me to have a bad night, but not a good night. All right, fine. God. But yeah. When will I stream next? Good question. Who knows? I kind of want to stream my WoW weekly stuff at some point on YouTube this week, but I want to do a Twitch stream first, so we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Good night. Beam.